Hi all, welcome to a 12-minute yoga stretch for tight hamstrings and hips. Let's start now in child's pose, stretching out the arms, thumb towards the heels, and take a breath. Starting to move both hands over to the right. Left hand maybe stack onto the right and pull back, getting that stretch into the shoulder. And slowly over to the other side. Right hand stacks, pulling away. Drawing back in, coming into your 4-point kneel. Take a breath in and drop the belly into cow pose. Exhale out, tuck the chin in into the cat. And keep going at your own pace. A couple more times. Starting to warm up through the spine. And just holding there in the middle. Tucking the toes under. Lift up into your downward dog. Starting to pedal out through the feet. Trying to strike the heel down to elongate out the calves and hamstring. Holding it still. Come forward into your high plank. Feet move back a little. Bum in line with your shoulders. Eye gaze slightly forward, about 5 or 10 centimeters. Tummy muscles pulled in. Dropping the knees, tucking the feet, and lower yourself to the ground. Roll the shoulders back, squeezing the glutes. Halfway lift. Exhale out, lower it down. Inhale, coming up maybe a little bit further if this suits you. And lower. One more time, halfway lift. Those of you are okay to, start to stretch out the arms and lift up the chin into your up dog. Full back stretch here. And lower the body. Press back up onto the hands and knees, draw back into the downward dog. Look forward and start to walk the feet in, feet between the hands, coming into that ragdoll, trying to press that chest down to the thighs, elongate the hamstrings. Hands to the ground, soften the knees, and take your time to roll up, shoulders back, and let's get ready. Stretch back, forward fold, left leg back to the plank position. Drop the knees, chest and forehead, scoop on up to your up dog. Downward dog, left leg up and draw it forward. Back leg steps in and rise, stretch back, forward fold. Take your right leg back to your plank position. Knees, chest, forehead down. Scoop on up. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Right leg draws forward. Back leg steps in. And up we come. Stretch back. Forward fold. Take your left leg back. Into your plank position we go. Dropping the knees, chest and forehead. Scoop on up. Downward dog. Left leg up and in. Back leg draws forward and rise. 2, nearly there. Stretch back. Forward fold. Take your right leg back to your plank. Knees, chest, forehead. Scoop on up. Downward dog. Right leg high and step it forward. Back leg in and rise. Stretch back. Forward fold. Left leg back to the plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Scoop on up. Downward dog. Left leg high and in. Back leg draws forward and rise. Last time, stretch back. Forward fold, right leg back to your plank position. Knees, chest, forehead down. Just scoop up, tuck the toes till downward dog. Right leg high and draw forward. Back leg in and rise and hold, catch your breath. So now we're going to start and stretching out those hips for me, taking your legs wide and drop it down into that squat. If you can keep your heels flat, that will be great. Pressing the elbows against the knees, rotating over to the left hand side and then to the right. Good. And again, over to the left, pushing that knee out, into the middle and over to the right, looking over the shoulder. Taking your hands down, walking the feet now wider, about a meter or so, and leaning slowly over to the right, knee bent, left leg straight. Level 2s go a little bit deeper, and maybe level 3 is lifting the hands up, tucking the bum under and lifting up through the chest. Hands down, coming into the middle, and repeat onto the other side. Again, stay a little bit higher. Maybe your hips are a bit tight today. Otherwise, depth and hands to lift. Hands down now. Draw back into the middle. Turning your body over to the left. Dropping the right knee. And draw back into your hamstring stretch. Toes to the ground. Inhale back in. Exhale, maybe a little bit deeper, and see if you can drop that chest and nose down to the leg. Feeling the back of the leg stretch. Inhale back in. Taking that foot over to the right into your pigeon. Remember to draw the foot a bit closer, or push it out a bit more. If your hips are quite limber, squaring out the hips, and then just dropping that body weight over that leg, sinking down deep into it. Deep breaths in and out. Drawing the hands back in, lifting up through the body, bringing that foot back into the middle, lifting up and slowly turning to the other side, dropping the back knee and push back the hips, extend the hamstring. Inhale, forward. Exhale, see if you can go a little bit deeper, maybe dropping your chest and forehead downwards to the leg, nose to the knees. Come back in, taking the foot over to the left. Remember to bring your foot closer if your hips are tight, out if you're quite limber, hips square, and gently start to release down. Holding the pose, breathing out as you sink a little bit deeper. Hands coming back in, drawing that body up, tucking the toe, leg comes back into the middle of the body, and come on down, taking the feet a little bit wider, toes forward, bending at the elbows, dropping the top of the head towards the ground. Allow the hamstrings to lengthen, No stress if your head does not reach the ground today. Not a big deal. Keeping your legs nice and straight. And then start to lift the body up a little bit. Take your time to heel toe the feet closer and start to drop the bum down as we start to lie all the way down onto the back. Draw the right knee in, both hands around the shins, hugging the knee tightly and taking that knee over to the opposite side as your head look away. Allow your spine to unravel and stretch. Slowly back into the middle. Other leg draws in. Hug the left knee in. Right hand holds onto the shin and then draw it to the right. Head looking away always from the bent leg to allow the full rotation of your spine. Draw that back in. Both knees come in, hands wrapping around the shins. Nose tucks into the knees, releases any tension in your lower back. And start to release. Come into your happy baby, grabbing onto the soles of the feet, maybe giving a bit of a rock side to side. Keep drawing the knees down to the floor to let the hips open through. Hug it back in for me with your arms. And just roll the knees clockwise direction. And then start to reverse the other way, massaging your lower back. Into your seated position, hands into prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.